thank you again for sparing their lives and allowing us to be out here. Father, please be with us here tonight for the rest of our lives to do what's right for the people of this camp. Father, thank you for blessing us to allow us to live in America and the freedoms we have. Please go with us and watch over us. Thank you for your son, Jesus, for it's in his name we pray. Amen.
Amen. First thing I want to do before we even get started, I want to introduce our new representative that will take over in January 1st, Chris Harris. He knows all you guys. Chris, this is my county treasurer, Linda Sumter. This is Lily Atkins. She's with the paper. And honey, I don't know your name.
I'm Samantha Ash.
You're with
Donald York.
Donald York, Mountain Woods. And they're online, and you've met those folks. This is Greg Crum. He's pastor at Calvary Temple Church. You know them two birds?
I know them back there and know all these guys.
And he's one of us.
And this is my court reporter. I forgot her.
Thank you. Just want to appreciate the invitation. I came over for the SOAR meeting. Want to stop by and tell everybody how much I'm looking forward to working with you.
Tell Kenneth are they going to have food or what? He wants to know.
He won't tell me. He won't tell him.
He might go with you. Huh? But looking forward to working with you. And if there's ever any time you need me for anything, I'm just a phone call away. And all of you got my numbers. If you don't, we'll give them to you. And looking forward to working with you and helping Martin County do good things.
And I believe that.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Hey, Chris, tell them I'll be up there soon.
Okay.
I got
You're
one
on your
question
way.
for you.
Yes, sir.
Can you dunk it?
One time. My knees would block my feet down, my knees and ankles and everything would be gone. I do it one good time. And I've actually thought about it too. I miss it that much.
See you.
You all have your minutes, motion to accept the minutes as written.
I got one problem with that.
All right.
On the first vote we had on the garbage, he put me down. Well, they said I didn't vote. I voted no.
Okay.
But there's so much confusion that day. I'd like to put it in the reports. He just call her name off because evidently the newspaper don't know what district I live in. That
You
day.
take care of that.
What am I supposed to do? Fix it that he did vote?
I asked he voted no on the first one, just changed the first vote that he voted no.
And to help you out, you can call.
Roll call.
Roll call. See how they vote from now on. Because I know.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't see you vote, and I listened for it on the tape, and your voice
Well,
on
you,
the tape.
no, you couldn't hear it.
So,
We voted you for
So,
you like we
things
always.
would have changed like that. I wish I'd told her before we would have changed.
We could just, she can make a change. It's no big deal. Just
Alright.
put he voted no on the first vote. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And no big
Yeah, you
deal.
just
And
make
then
a
next
change.
time.
Yeah.
roll
What you
call.
do is like add an amendment to the meeting
Yes, that's
minutes.
it. That's all you have to do.
Motion to accept with the change.
With the
I
change.
just got one thing, on the, when I was referring to Joe, I was referring to Joe Lander, and I seen him there, and it said Hamlin, so, okay, that's all right.
Motion to accept with the change.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Yes.
All in favor?
Yes.
I have water board appointment, Mr. Bowie Clark. Most of you all know Bowie, that's Judy Clark's son. I don't rightly know which one. It could very well be Greg Cornick's position because he has now moved. Motion to accept Bowie Clark as a water board member.
I'll make that.
Got a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to go ahead and do the surplus property bid because we've got a couple people here. I don't want to hold them up. We only received, three bids here, and most of these bids is the one up to 19. This is the only bid we received. As you all know, that there is a minimum bid that we will accept, and if this bid meets the minimum requirements that we will accept,
I have the written determinations, what we're supposed to comply with when we do surplus property for the court.
My bid on track 11318 9650, and
What track was that?
Anthony Wilson.
1318 and 1328 6725, and both of those meet the requirement. Motion to accept.
Motion.
Second.
I need the full names and complete addresses so I can make a deed, and then that.
Norman, you want to give that to him now?
What you want him?
Full names and mailing addresses
Oh, I
and
got this
everything.
right here.
You have it? I'll just use that.
Do you
Maybe
want
4 or 5 days. to
in
get
your
you
name
there.
or both of your names?
Both our names.
Okay. What's your legal name?
Naomi.
N-
N-A-O-M-A.
Huh?
N-A-O-M-A.
N-A-O.
O-M.
So it'd be Norma and Naomi Bowles.
Yeah.
And here's their address and their telephone number.
Okay, and you have the amounts. I'll make the deeds in the court. You want to make a motion, the court accept that and approve the deed contingent upon them paying, or we can come back and do it next
No,
month.
let's just go ahead and do it.
I'll
Make a
make that
motion.
motion.
Got a motion by Victor, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
I'll try to get you a deed this week, Tom.
Okay, okay,
That way you don't have to come back next month.
okay.
All right?
The next one we got to open is,
It's on that way.
Okay, I'll talk. Yeah.
this is for property across from Calvary Temple Church. They was two of them, correct, Victor? That
Two
we were
tracks.
doing,
One
two
track
tracks?
was a cornet track and one was a,
I think one was 534, one
Section.
533, or 534,
Yeah.
535.
Jack Cornet track and,
This is track number 533.
that's probably the cornet tracks, if I'm not mistaken.
I think this is track number. Oh, wait.
We have it listed on the.
They have them both listed on one sheet of paper. For track 533, $12,600. And track 534, Ronnie and Carol Sexton, $12,500.
Who bid that?
Charlie Mills. The next one is Calvary Temple. This is track 534, 10,000. And track number 533, $12,254.45.
'Tell me that again.
Huh?
Tell me.
$12,254.45.
So Charlie Mills was the highest bid on both
We got
of them.
one more. The next one is from Andrew Sloan. Track number 534, $12,500.
God,
Oh, don't tell me
you
that.
got one, I'm telling you.
What track is what?
534. Got the time.
Yeah.
Charlie Mills 533 was 12.6 on, and the other was 5.12.
Okay, we have time. What is that,
You can rebid it?
rebid it?
Rebid it? Except the highest ones on
Except
the
the highest
other
bid
ones,
on the
rebid
others.
that?
Rebid that.
So you want to accept the high bid of 12.6 on 533, right? Is that what it is? 533, 12.6. Motion to accept the high bid on that.
Motion.
Second.
I would ask that Charlie Mills, last time, he didn't want his name as some company. I need all that information. I don't know who he wants it. So tell him and I'll fix it.
Got a motion second?
Second.
All in favor?
Rebid the other.
Now I need a motion to rebid track number 534.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Never had no time for it.
I've never seen one.
I don't think I have 30-some years.
I don't understand.
Well, they-
I mean, you know, Charlie Mills. 12-6 on one and 12-5 on the other.
It looks like one better.
Evidently.
You like that one a lot better than
Adopting County Road, Russell Williams Lane, this is a little different than what we're doing now. We have a deed for it. Kansas looked over it. Do we still need to advertise or?
No, to adopt it, the county road plan,
Yeah.
yep, it meets the requirement. He made us a deed to it, what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a deed for it.
Okay, so motion,
Motion.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Yes. Do you want to do this other now or wait till next?
No, let's go ahead and add, Darrell got one in that we have to advertise and
Yeah.
jump through. A motion for it too. What was the name of it?
Harlow Lane?
Harvest Lane. Motion,
Motion.
Second.
Second. Yes.
all in favor?
Yes.
We have, 3 co-service resolutions. One of them is for the state budget line items, and one of them is one of ours. I will read these. I'll let you read that one of them for me. Thank you.
Resolution, County of Martin. Adoption of a resolution of the Martin County Fiscal Court authorizing the filing of Kentucky Local Government Economic Development Fund, LGEDF, project proposal grant application for up to $300,000 in local government economic development single county funds with the Department for Local Government, DLG, authorizing the directing the Martin County Judge Executive to execute any documents which are deemed necessary by DLG to carry out this project, and authorizing the Judge Executive to act as authorized correspondent for this project.
Maybe
Where-
it's- I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you was done.
Whereas Martin County desires to promote and carry out economic development efforts on behalf of the residents of Martin County by supporting the Warfield Fire Department project. And whereas it is recognized that the LGEDF monies available to the county for the purposes stated herein pursuant to KRS 42.4582 to 42.495 and 2014 Kentucky General Assembly House Bill 235 Budget Bill impose certain obligations and responsibilities upon the county and will require, among other things, number 1, approval of a satisfactory application transmitted to DLG for approval, and number 2, other obligations of the county in connection with receiving LGEDF grant of monies for the purposes stated herein. Now therefore be it resolved this 24th day of July 2014 by Martin County Fiscal Court that a project proposal grant application on behalf of the county for LGEDF monies up to $300,000 for the Warfield Fire Department project shall be submitted to DLG. The county shall provide such additional information and furnish such documentation as may be required, and the county judge executive shall act as the authorized correspondent for this project. Done this 24th day of July 2014.
Okay.
I just wanted to say for the record, Victor Sloan has worked hard and long and aggravated this court and everybody he knows to get this done. I'm glad you got it done.
I'll read the next one. These are motion,
Motion.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Yes.
I'll read this one. This is, line items that was put in the state budget that we still have to do a resolution for. A resolution of the County of Martin authorizing the county judge executive to enter into an agreement with the Department for Local Government for the projects listed below to execute any documents which are deemed necessary by DLG to facilitate this project and act as the authorized correspondent for this project. Whereas Martin County, Kentucky has received 2014 General Assembly Bill, House Bill 235, project to be administered by the Department of Local Government, courthouse debt service amount of $1.4 million, and family resource centers operation amount of $60,000. Whereas it recognizes that the project listed impose circle obligation responsible upon the county. Now, therefore, be resolved 24th day of July 2014 in Martin County Fiscal Court. The county judge is hereby authorized to execute and furnish all required documentation, including the memorandum of agreement, as may be required by DLG for the firms of the above projects and authorized correspondence. Done this 24th day of July. Motion,
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Motion made by Gary Hunt, seconded by Darrell Mills, signed by County Judge. All in favor?
Yes.
Keith, I was looking at this, and this is other resolution exactly the same, but, it's for 1 year. I mean, they've got them both listed. It's exactly the same ordinance, but in one, they've got them listed the total amounts, and then they've got them listed, so should I read both of them, or one look like be efficient?
If they're the same, it's just, they broke it down in one.
Yeah, and didn't in the other, and I broke it down, that includes all of it.
If you've done that, I don't know.
We'll come back to it if we don't have to.
You wanna tell them what that was for?
Yeah, that's for debt service on a new building, it's in state budget and for Family Resource Center. Now, let me tell you another little story about those. These are the kind of resolutions that where your court and your representative or your senators don't get along. When, let me give you an example. One of our bordering counties, the court and the representative didn't get along, and they would do these line items in budgets, and the fiscal court and judge would know nothing about it until DLG sends these resolutions in. So the court's sitting there and they're reading these resolutions, and they don't have a rhyme or reason about it. So, you know, that happens all over the state.
So
Well,
what, can you tell us at least what the breakdown was? You don't have to read the whole thing over.
60,000 and 1.4, 700,000 a year and $30,000 a year. And I don't know why they broke it down that way, and then they put one where they's all together, and I read it on put it all together.
60,000 for family resources. And then what was the other one?
Debt service, debt service, sir. Okay, Martin County Health Department, you know, we've been dealing with this for the last year or so. The health department approached me about getting rid of the fire department because of traffic wise and other things. And the health department guy informed me that they own the property just about a foot around the health department. So once we did all the deed research, got a survey, it come back to us that Martin County Fiscal Court owns all the property. So basically, we're selling the property to the health department for liability, and the money, the proceeds from the sale is gonna be used to build Inez Fire Department. So we're gonna use co-service to build Warfield's new fire department, and the proceeds from this to build Inez's fire department. So, anything else, Ken?
Let me just state for the record under KRS 670802, it says sell or other disposition of county property. We have to make a written determination like we did this other surplus property, that the written determination as we prepare for those floors has to show description of the personal property or real property, and it will be the land at the health department and where the Inez Volunteer Fire Department and the parking lot adjacent to it. That will be the land that will be up for sale. The intended use of the acquisition, I assume, was for a health department and parking spaces and other things for a period of time, but that's no longer there. They want to expand. They're willing to pay for that. Is that not correct?
That's correct.
And the reason it's in the public's interest to dispose of it, the fire department's been down there how many years? I thought Lee was here
It was
probably
built-
40 years.
That fire department was built in 1970, I want to say somewhere around 76.
It needs a new building, they do. Also, you have a serious problem. If you go down there and look, you just have one tiny road. People park there on the right. When there's a fire, that fire engine has come through there at a little place unreal in Kelly, and I think there've been a lot of accidents, so that would prevent a lot of accidents, potential liability on their part. Also, everybody in the county can have access to the facility of the health department, their services. That would give them more parking, more room and everything. I think the property has been appraised $452,800, if I'm not mistaken. They've agreed to pay that. I think that appraisal is very fair. We don't have to advertise it. This is another county governmental agency, therefore we can deed it outright if you want to. What I would suggest is the health department be made aware, and I think they have, but for the record, that the Inez Volunteer Fire Department has 9 more years there under their lease. Lee said that it was $1. I don't think there's an actual check written, but he said he gave $1 to the county, and I believe him, because that was years ago, and we can't dispute that. I think the health department needs to realize too that the fire department has to be there until they get their building complete. And, you know, they were very fortunate, it's my understanding, they've already got a tract of land right out here in town donated to them,
Yeah.
for the building.
Right across from Commissioner, right
So
beside
will we
the-
need that in writing that they'll have to stay there?
Well, they have a lease. What we need from the fire department, if they'll surrender, they have us over a barrel.
Yeah.
They can stay there 9 more years. That they're willing to surrender.
But Lee willing to do all
Yeah,
that.
he said he was, but they just we need to contact the health department, tell them about the lease. And the fire department have their board of directors to get together and pass a resolution. If we give them the money, I guess, what we get from it to build their building, they will surrender the lease, and that will cure everybody's problem.
Motion,
Motion.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
And we've done the title work on, I even have a deed on it, but I wanted to make sure that everything's done before we do it. And I will prepare a written statement like I did on the other, Madam Clerk. Try to help you a little.
The next thing you see, the animal shelter, as you all know, Greenup County is quick accepting a contract from us. We're taking our dogs down there. After that time, I'll let Kenny explain to you.
Yeah, I know you would, I figured you would. Let me tell you, Kentucky law, KRS 258 says that the county must employ a person, a animal control officer. We're fortunate we hired Mr. Stacy, if I'm not mistaken, is that not correct?
That's right.
Since March, I think, we and Johnson County were kicked out of Greenup County's animal shelter for whatever reason, I guess overpopulation or whatever, but we have been contacted by Catherine Callahan, who's wanting us.
No kin.
No kin to just, he's not, I think they're cousins. But, you know, and she's just asking us to comply with state law. And what we're trying to do, Ms. Muncie's working with her tirelessly. We contacted her, I called her again today. The judge has agreed we're gonna try to open up, make sure that the building we have up here at the top of Buck Creek Mountain will be used for that. We're gonna try to get Mr. Stacy training for, do the euthanasia of the animals. I hate to put it bluntly, but we gotta do something. We gotta come in compliance. And I believe she said that she would assist us in any way. She would help us. We'll take pictures. She will help. They'll actually send people in here to help us with the animal shelter. And I wanted to assure her and put it on the record that the fiscal court will comply with state law. I told her we would, and I'd like to put on the record that you all agreed with what Judge Callahan, Lynette, and I are attempting to try to come up with. That's to open the place up there, have Mr. Stacy do training, get certified that we can do this until we find another source, because I don't know of any other sources. Do you?
We need that in the form of a motion.
Well, just, I would ask that the court record, I'm telling you what the law is, and you all agreed to have the judge and us to contact her and try to work it out where we can open up the shelter.
Once they get it open, are they gonna do like Greenview, try to adopt them out before they?
Yeah, the lady said she would come. We're trying to get, some rescue people to come in
Right,
also, yeah.
Okay.
We don't,
I don't want to either, this is the last resort, there's no other choice.
but I'd like for the record, the court approved that, do a motion that you'll support the attempts we're trying to do for the animal shelter.
Motion,
Motion.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Financials, the first thing I see, Linda, is standing orders.
Yes.
We'd like to extend the standing orders
I think you
at
can
your June meeting. You, moved those standing orders for payroll and utilities. We would like to expand those to, the two notes, leases that you have, health insurance, sheriff's postage, in order to, timely meet those requirements.
In other words, pay the bill on that.
Right. So what was the first two?
In the June court meeting, you already approved for payroll and utilities. This is to expand it to your notice, your health insurance, and the sheriff's postage put out, so.
A motion.
Got a motion, second. All in favor?
Yes.
Motion to pay the bills. Motion to pay the bills, got a second.
Second.
Yes.
All in favor?
Yes.
A motion for appropriation transfer list. Motion,
Motion.
second.
Second.
All in favor? I'm missing one thing. That's what happens when you get her in. Motion for the government center expenses. This is where we approve these expenses and send it down to the bonding company to pay it. Motion,
Motion.
second.
Second.
All in favor? It's on if you want to.
I'll try to get that
Sign
for you
this.
next week.
And do that to Don. Anything else come for court?
I need to, Commissioner, I've talked to you about it a couple of times, but I noticed we've got a little bit of money here coming, and I've got two places that's broke off,
Yeah.
and the school bus runs on both of them, and they need some steel road,
Mhm.
to save the roads. One's in Mud Ford on the left fork, and the other one is down Peter Cave. I want you, if you could, try to get
So
to,
you're wanting to get an estimate and see if we're going to save enough money to.
see if we get enough to get that done. But what if when school starts, they'll have to bring their kids out there, so the school bus won't be able to go up either one of them. They're pretty bad, so.
And Darryl, there's also another one down at Rattle County, out from Wolf, that steel is breaking off again.
Yeah, I looked at it, it's not my district yet, but I looked at it, it needs about,
You've got one that already got estimate $42,000.
Yeah,
It's
it's
about-
it's on the main road.
that Rattle Town needs about 30 foot road, so, about 30 foot lengthwise.
Well, you know, naturally, we're not going to receive enough money to do them all, so what I'll do is I'll come back in the court meeting when we get that other money, see what we're getting. If you guys right or with what the money that we have. And I think I'd look at it, most people affected. I know that the one up in Fort, that's 42,000, two houses there.
Yeah. But the
Then
one's
got
on the
one
main
over
road.
there, there's two houses.
Peter Cove, I guess, has got 20 houses above it. Well, then the
That
one,
one's the mountain road.
yeah, before you get to Myrtle Minor,
Yeah.
then the one up, Mudford left where it is, there's probably 5 houses sitting on it. But both of them are pretty bad.
Anything else come, guys?
Yes, have you ever talked to the guys up there the trash burning place? And,
End of July, ain't it? What they told you? Is that what they told you when you looked at? I'll have Mike call Monday, Gary, and see where they stand, because it will virtually be the last week of July, and they said that, can't, when in July, Kenny?
Yes, in December it comes up for you, no, folks.
No joke.
and another thing, I was gonna ask about, Joe come up and got all the stuff from the, Rudy and, KC for take inventory or something, but I never did bring nothing back. KC said he didn't.
No, okay. Yeah, I'll see about that, cause that post always uses it too. Or look at getting another contact person when Joe's not available. That'd be a good idea.
Those are excellent.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All in favor? I'd like to ask y'all to just venture up to the community center.
You gonna tell us if they got anything to eat now?
I don't think you do, guys. That's why I didn't tell you.
He wasn't telling us.
It's been going on for 30 minutes, but we ought to run up there and just show that we're interested.
It's a sore meeting, same in our Appalachian region.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought.